Not only has a bipartisan coalition of 260 state lawmakers urged Congress to remove the 10-year freeze, polling shows a solid majority of Americans also oppose the moratorium, which would cancel current laws and prevent states from enacting new AI laws. Many ask why it's even in the bill that's already passed the House and is now before the Senate. The answer appears to be deep concern that too much regulation will help China win the AI competition. The White House doesn't want states creating regulatory headaches when it's racing China for AI supremacy. This is what one tech CEO said after California AI legislation was vetoed last year.
Regulating at the state level means that we're going to have many different inputs into regulation, and we'll have an uneven playing field for companies trying to innovate in AI. This would have slowed us down. I'd far rather see legislation at the federal or even the international level.
We're in a race with China and other countries on this. If we smother this thing with regulation and stop the innovation, we could do real harm for the national security interests of the country. And that's the thought behind this.
However, Chris McKenzie with Americans for Responsible Innovation, which is leading the opposition to the 10-year moratorium, says it's too long and overly broad.
It would actually strike down laws not just regulating AI transparency, developer risks, transparency for consumers, children's safety online. New concerns, new risks, new alarm bells can go off on AI within that decade, and state lawmakers, who are often the most responsive, their hands would be tied.
State lawmakers have good reason to fear that an unregulated AI sector would put Americans in danger. Cybersecurity expert Neil O'Farrell.
AI is a different beast. It's not human, but it is capable of outwitting us in ways that we're not quite ready for.
OpenAI's latest ChatGPT model ignored instructions to turn itself off and sabotaged a shutdown mechanism in order to keep running. Another AI model has also shown the ability to deceive and potentially blackmail humans when ordered to shut down. House Energy and Commerce Chair Brett Guthrie said Wednesday that the 10-year ban is not likely to pass in its current form. And it faces other hurdles, according to CBN News Capitol Hill correspondent Michelle London.
Well, one potential obstacle is that this provision isn't budget related. And in order for Republicans to pass this mega bill on their own, a special Senate rule requires all provisions be directly tied to the budget. While there is GOP opposition in both houses, including Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene and Senator Josh Hawley, Texas Senator Ted Cruz says he would introduce it in a separate package if it is removed from this current legislation.
Some are also concerned the proposed ban comes after President Trump signed an executive order calling for the federal government to share data across agencies and using a private data analysis firm, raising fears it could lead to greater government surveillance power. Dale Hurd, CBN News.